Hello, hello. Okay, oh my goodness. We are here in module 3, which is so exciting. So I want you to open up your planner and you're going to flip to the page that says your home. All right, today's Bible verse is Proverbs 24, 3 through 4, which says, by wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. That means that we need to understand our homes and we need to be wise with our homes. And how are we going to be wise with our homes? By managing our time and managing our home well, by pouring into it and making it a lovely home. We're going to partner with God and we're going to dive into our homes today, ladies. It's going to be so much fun. Okay. So in today's video, we are going to work on your home evaluation questions. We're going to create your home management system, and we're going to go over your friendly cleaning reminders. All right, are you all ready to dive in? Let's get started. So I want you to turn the page, and on this page, we're going to have some questions. Before we dive into those questions, though, I want you to write on the top of the notes page to the right of your home page, I want you to write the letters H, and then go like 4 or 5 boxes over, O, 4 or 5 boxes over, M, and another 4 or 5 boxes, E. So you should have the word home super spaced out. Now, next to the H, I want you to write honesty. And I want you to write next to the O, observe. Next to the M, manage. And next to the E, equipped. This is your home acronym. Anytime you pour into your home, anytime you create anything in your home, I want you to bring these letters into your brain, these questions that I'm about to say, this acronym into your brain. So H stands for honesty. You need to be honest with your season of life. You need to be honest with your cycle and how your brain pathways are right now at this moment. You have to start with honesty. Then you need to observe. Observe what it is you have already done that has gone well in your home, and observe what rhythms and habits have not gone well in your home. So if you have a great habit of doing the laundry, then that is going to be a thumbs up, woohoo, you did awesome. Observe that. If you have a bad habit of the laundry and not doing the laundry, you need to observe that and mark that as well. So you need to be honest about your season. You need to observe what it is you are doing well or not doing well. And then you need to manage what is going to be your plan to actually fix that habit. Is it a neural pathway that you need to fix? Or is it a physical problem within your home that is challenging you and making it a lot harder? Like maybe you don't have any laundry baskets. If you don't have any laundry baskets, then yeah, of course, doing the laundry is going to be a little more difficult. If it's a pathway in your brain that says you suck at doing the laundry, then you need to rewire your brain and figure out how on earth you can rewire it to say, laundry is hard, I am learning instead. Okay. Then equipped. You need to equip yourself with the right tools. If you notice that a problem when you're trying to manage your laundry, you don't have any laundry baskets, then you need to equip yourself with the right tools. You need the laundry basket. You need to equip yourself with the right mindset. You need to equip yourself with the right emotions and the right tools. Okay, so that is your home acronym. And now we're going to go over and we're going to answer these questions over here that applying the home method to it. So if you have established a routine of taking care of your home, how do you feel about it? I want you to think of your routine and I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to observe it. I want you to figure out how you like that you're managing it. And then you need to ask if you need to equip yourself with anything in order to make it easier. If you do not have a routine whatsoever with your home, how do you feel about it? what is the brain pathways there that make it more difficult for you to manage your home? So you need to be honest with yourself. You also need to give yourself grace, always. Have you been trying to manage your home without thinking of your cycle? Have you been trying to manage your home all by yourself? You need to give yourself grace because we're all figuring out how to do this for the first time. And we're also all thinking it's bigger than it actually is. So there are so many influencers in the world that have been so loud that make their homes look so perfect. And we all think that we need to have these perfect homes just like them. But what we need to actually have instead is to have a home that focuses on Jesus and is founded in grace and works for our brain and our brain pathways, works for our monthly cycle, and works for the other people within our home, our season of life, and our love languages. So we're going to talk about the love languages one in a little bit. But so yes, your home is meant to be lived in and loved in. Okay, you are not supposed to have a showroom ready home. If you have this expectation on your shoulder that says that your home needs to be perfect and clean all the time, girl, honey bun. We need to address that and we need to rewire that pathway into saying that your home is meant to be loved in and lived in. Your home is a beautiful place where people can laugh, where people can cry, where people can be angry and feel safe. Let's pour into that. Let's pour into the home and not necessarily the house. Another thing to do is remember that you get to clean your home. You get to have this home. You get to care for your home. When you were little, did you ever play an imagination like game of playing house or playing wife maybe or playing mom? And you just thought the whole time when you were little, like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that day when I will finally be able to care for my own home. I can't wait till the day I'll be able to clean my own house and have my own vacuum. Like, do you remember ever thinking that? If you don't, then that's okay. But I know that for me personally, that is a game that I played all the time when I was little, and little me could not wait to have the home that I live in now. She could not wait to clean and make dinner and decorate. Oh my goodness, she could not wait to decorate. So, r- tapping into that inner child that God created and remembering who she was and what she desired and what she literally could not wait for, try to remember that you get to finally have this space that little you always dreamt of having. Your little you is looking up and saying, "This is us. This is ours. We finally have our home." And we can say, "Yeah, yeah, we do. And it's lovely because of God." Okay. We also get to create a place for peace. Your home is your retreating ground. Your home is the place that sees the most intimate parts of you that no one else in the world will be able to know and be able to see. And how special is that? So let's create a home that has a foundation of peace and has a foundation of grace, and one that we can welcome other people in, but one we can know without a doubt already has God there. So we're going to talk a little bit more on your place of peace later. Let me make a note of that before I forget. Um, but yeah, so now we're gonna go through these questions. I want you to answer these. I want you to pray over them personally, and I want you to just to ask God to help you know how to best go about these questions. Remember to apply the HOME acronym to it. And I also, going down to the last task, when it says what cleaning task drives you the most crazy, I don't want you to write everything, okay? Because even though that may be true, I want you to think about what cleaning tasks drive you the most insane that make you not, oh, what was that you can outsource, that you can figure out how to communicate to your husband or your roommate that you'd really like it if they could do this. I want you to, instead of that they all drive you crazy. I want you to just write down the immediate ones that come to mind, um, and also address the pathways there in your brain. Also, the question, what are some things I wish to improve on in my home? This can be literal, like if you have a home project you want to do, or it can be a mindset thing, or it could be a cleaning schedule or a communication board or whatever you want. But think big with that. Don't just think, what can I improve on in my home? A cleaning schedule. Like, yes, but also think, what projects do I want? Do I want to rearrange my office? Do I want to paint my kitchen? Do I want to um, completely pull out all the carpet? Like, what are some of the home tasks that you want to improve on? Because knowing how you like having a dream for your home is important because if you don't have the dream and if you don't actually put the dream on paper, then how else are you supposed to know to budget for it? Or how else do you like how else is it going to actually happen? Okay, so anyways, I'm going to pause the recording here and we're going to answer these questions. And then whenever you get back to or just hit play again whenever you're done answering the questions. Okay, so you have officially just answered all of these questions. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, first of all. And now I want you to, oh, we're not going to do this yet. Now we're going to figure out what method for cleaning your home will work the best for you. A lot of us have fallen into the trap of thinking that there's only one right way to clean our homes. And because of that, we're constantly looking for the right way. And we will listen to all these different influencers. We'll buy these courses, we'll buy the books, we'll download the cleaning guides, we'll get as many cleaning checklists as we possibly can. There's nothing wrong with that because it shows that we're passionate about caring for our homes, which is a good thing. It's good that we want to create a space that is lovely and clean and happy. So, but I say all of that. A lot of those people that have created resources, though they can be very helpful and though it was so kind of them to offer them, a lot of them were created for their own personal brain, their own personal pathways, and their own personal menstrual phase. And also, if it was a man that wrote those books, then he is writing to a crowd that resets their hormones every 24 hours instead of to a woman that takes 28 days to have all of her hormone cycle. So, and that's nothing against men at all, but it is just, it's sort of a fact that there's not a lot of stuff for female to female and how the female brain works and how our body works and God's design for the female body, but there's a lot of stuff that's cut and play, copy and paste, do this again and again and again, which is not that great for the female body. So, I have gone on a search. I have gone on a search to finding home cleaning schedules and methods and routines that work. And they all work for a time, but every single time they always faltered and fell away. And I was like, why is this happening? Why do I always end up here very upset and frustrated that I can't keep a, a cleaning schedule? And then I realized, excuse me, I'm trying to plug and play a system that someone else created for themselves. And as long as I'm trying to plug and play something that was not created for my brain, for my body, for my season of life, for my literal home, for my love languages, then it's going to be really hard to come back again and again and again without having any sort of guilt anytime I miss a day or miss a cleaning schedule or what have you. So, we're going to talk about how you can go about your home and how you personally can create a home management system that works for you. And I'm going to do this quickly. So, okay, sorry, pardon me. I'm going to move over there. So whenever I got married, I needed to know how to do things, but I didn't want to be told what to do. Does that make sense? I did not want people to give me a schedule or a to-do list of what needed to get done. I wanted to know how I personally could create that list for me, for my home, because only I know what my home truly needs, just like what only you know what your home truly needs. And only you can create a long-lasting cleaning schedule that works for you until it doesn't. And also let's give that some grace. Until your season no longer allows for this specific level, this cleaning schedule to work, that's okay. Like if you approach a different season of life, it's okay for this to not work anymore. But then you can try again with your new pathways, with your new season, with your new cycle. So, again, this is something that I desperately wanted when I first got married. And so now I'm helping other people learn how they can do it and then implement it into their own homes and how they can create it for themselves instead of just copy and pasting what people are telling them to do. Okay, so we went over this. I hope you watched the bonus video of God's design for a woman because God's design, his monthly design for a woman, is truly beautiful and miraculous and just amazing. But we're going to quickly, Evelyn, quickly, go over the basics here. So the woman's cycle has 4 different phases, and her whole cycle will last 21 to 35 days. You will have your menstrual phase, your follicle phase, your ovulatory phase, and your luteal phase. During each of these phases, your energy levels will be different. There are some where your energy levels will be higher, and there will be some when your energy levels are lower. So it's important for us to go through each of our phases. This is method number 1 that I'm teaching you. It's important to go through each of your phases and to put what cleaning to-dos you would like to do in your home for each phase. During your menstrual phase, your life will be very not wanting to get out of bed. You may be in a lot more pain and discomfort. Your brain is not able to access the hippocampus as well, or sorry, your prefrontal cortex isn't able to access the hippocampus that well because your amygdala is so heightened. So accessing literal memories of how to do things will be more challenging. This is the week you're the most vulnerable. This is the week where you're going to need the most help. And this is the week you're going to need to give yourself the most grace. So during your menstrual phase, it is important to choose home to-dos that match your energy levels for menstrual phase. When you feel your lowest, when you are not wanting to do anything, what can you do? Maybe you can fold laundry while watching a show, or fold towels, or maybe you can wipe down the kitchen counters, or maybe you can dust if dusting is not a difficult thing for you, or maybe you can wipe down your light switches. Whatever it is, maybe this is the week that you can focus on doing a white vinegar wash through your dishwasher and through your washing machine. It all depends on your personal brain, what works for you, what your brain feels the most okay with doing, and what your energy levels are. You'll need to do the same thing for your follicle phase. Your follicle phase is when you're going to feel able to dive into more mentally difficult things. So doing the monthly budget, doing your mail, going through your emails, focusing on the mental hard tasks and not necessarily the physically hard tasks. This is if it's like a huge mental mountain for you to get up and mop, then you mop. But if mopping is more of a physical thing for you to do and less of a mentally hard thing for you to do, then you'll want to do that during your week of ovulation, because your week of ovulation is whenever you're going to feel the most confident, the most social, and you will be able to do the most physically demanding chores within your home because your body is willing to move a lot more, to do a lot more. Your body's kind of literally wanting to show off, basically, and it's in its nesting phase. So, during your week of ovulation, that's a great time to do a donation drop off if you have social anxiety because you feel the most social during that phase. And also, during your follicle phase is a great time to call and schedule doctor's appointments or have hard conversations. During your luteal phase is whenever you have your decrescendo. So you'll start with a lot of energy and then it'll slowly fizzle out into not having any energy at all. And so during your luteal phase, you want to start with a harder task that can help prep you for your menstruation phase and menstrual phase. And then you'll slowly get into a lot easier chores that are more calm and gentle and kind to your body as your body rolls into your menstrual phase. And then it all repeats again and again and again until you are no longer blessed with a period anymore. So, what you need to do is you need to be honest with yourself and with your season of life. You need to observe what to-dos match each of your phases. You need to manage them well. So you need to create an action plan on how you are going to go about doing those home cleaning to-dos during each of your phases. And then you need to equip yourself with the right tools. If you are wanting to meal prep for or have freezer meals for a week of menstrual when you're menstruating, if you want to have if you want to have freezer meals ready to go for the week that you're menstruating, then you know that you can prep that during your luteal phase or during week of ovulation or even follicle if it's a mentally hard task for you to do. I would love to talk to you more about this if this is something that you would like more one-on-one coaching with, because again, it's kind of hard to explain just through a video. But yeah, if you want to have a coaching call, you can look at the link below, or you can go to allthingslovely.co to book a coaching call and we'll discuss one-on-one on what you can do. Also, always feel free to email me. You can email us at shopallthingslovelyco@gmail.com and just hit us with any questions you may have. And yes, so I'd love to dive in more with you on this because it's a lot. So that's what you need to do. If this is option one, if you want to go about doing it this way, taking all four of your phases into account, then that is something you can do. Now we're going to talk about option two. Option two is what I personally do because I do not have a menstrual cycle. It's been a situation that my husband and I have been figuring out, and it's been challenging for trying to conceive because obviously you can't really conceive if you don't have a cycle. So, anyways, I don't need to pour my personal life into your screens. But because I am not able to easily track my cycle, I had to come up with a plan that still felt great for my brain and felt great for my home and for my season, and was super easy to communicate with my husband and our whole household. So that is the 5 love languages method. Truly, I believe that this just came from God. I think that He really helped me come up with this and be able to start applying it in my own day-to-day life. And it has been an amazing tool. So if you are not familiar with the 5 love languages, we're going to talk about that now. The 5 love languages was created by a man named Gary Chapman. He is the author of several books. He wrote the book, The 5 Love Languages, and it's talked about a lot within churches, but it's also communicated a lot amongst the entire world. Whether you're Christian or not, a lot of people are very familiar with the 5 love languages. But the gist is that everyone gives and receives love languages, and some are more specific than others. Guys will tend to have 1 or 2 love languages, usually ones that they like to give and then ones they like to receive. And women have been told that they have 1 or 2 love languages. But if you have ever asked or said the statement, I really feel like I have like all of them, then that's true. Because, and it's true for some men too. I don't want to single them out. But it is true that because of how God designed our bodies, the way that women literally work on a monthly basis, During each of your phases, you will experience sometimes different love languages, or sometimes you will experience different love languages daily. So, because of this, it is safe to say that you do not just have one or two love languages. Some you have more than others, but throughout a whole month, you will experience all five of the love languages at some point. So, the five love languages are physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts of service, and gifts of service, gifts both giving and receiving, and acts of service. All love languages can be given or received. You may like to receive words of affirmation, but not like to give it. Maybe you would like to give physical touch, but receive words of affirmation. So physical touch is whenever it can be romantic or platonic. It's where you're holding hands. You can reach out to hug someone who's hurting, or you can kiss your spouse, or you can cuddle, or you can simply just like put your arm or put your hand on someone's arm when you laugh, just to show affection. So yeah, that's physical touch. Words of affirmation is whenever you say kind words to each other. You can do this through writing letters, doing sweet voicemails, compliments, gifts, but in a verbal way. And then quality time is whenever you're spending time together with those you love. I have found that people view quality time in a few different ways. I honestly, to me, if I am working on my laptop, but I'm in the same room as my husband who's on his computer, that to me is quality time because we're together. Like there's a sense of being together there. But some people think that you need to be face to face in order to appreciate quality time. Most men think side to side. They enjoy quality time more doing side to side and also while doing something, whereas women enjoy not necessarily doing something, but simply talking. It's just the way that we're wired, and it is incredible. It's fascinating. And then gifts, giving physical gifts or receiving gifts. That's pretty self-explanatory. And acts of service is when you are doing things for others as well as for yourself. But they're not just chores, but how you do chores. So this is an example, and I might just be crazy. Well, acts of service is a huge one for me. And I have noticed that I will put more care into how I fold Nathan's laundry. Like I will I will make extra effort to maybe fold his shirts twice. Like I will go do the normal fold and then I'll fold it again just to show him I love him by doing acts of service. Like by pouring into doing physically more for him to me is me like showing I love you. But I won't do that to myself. Like I will just fold my shirts and I don't really care. But for him, I'll be like, okay, you are getting the fancy fold. And I don't know, that might just be me, but how you do the chore is also a way to share acts of service. And also a thing that I just want to note here, if you are working a lot, like this is something that I noticed with myself too. Nathan said that he wanted to feel more financially at peace. So instead of focusing on him and giving him quality time, which is what he wanted, I picked up extra jobs outside the house because I wanted to show him that I loved him through acts of service by helping him feel at more peace financially by picking up and doing more outside the home to make more money. But what that did actually stressed him out more because then he thought what he was doing wasn't enough. Anyways, that's me spilling out my personal life, and we don't need to do that, especially on a very public video that's going to be blasted all over the internet. So, anyways, moving on from now. The cool thing about your love languages is that, okay. If you think about it, your love languages can match to-dos. This is my personal love language chore chart. So when I am craving physical touch, then I know that these cleaning to-dos will help fill me up. If I'm craving giving gifts or receiving gifts, I know that these to-dos will help me, will fill me up and be more easy for me to do within my home and it'll just flow naturally instead of being really difficult mentally to do. Another thing, so anyways, all of these things are my personal list. I went through and figured out what to do matched what love language. And so that is something that you need to do too for yourself if you choose this route. Because when I was doing this with someone, they had completely different items than me. And that was so cool. Like it was so cool to see that it's true. Every brain is unique and every brain thinks of things differently. So because like I think it was dishes, put dishes away. To me, that's a gift because I am gifting myself more free space. But for the person I was talking to, that was an act of service. And another person thought that folding laundry was physical touch instead of quality time. But for me, folding towels is oh, look, it's over there too. But like folding towels is physical touch and quality time is folding laundry. So, I need to pause real fast because I need to go grab my phone charger. Not phone charger, computer charger. So please hold. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to figure out what cleaning to-dos match your love languages. Um, you can use this list as a reference because um, this kind of covers everything that needs to get done in your home somewhat regularly. So if I would use this as a guide, but I would not use this as yours because again, mine is going to be different from yours because of how your brain works and because of your own personal love languages. That's the other thing. Because physical touch and acts of service are my like greatest love languages, like those are the ones that I tend to have the most often, then the harder things that need to get done, like vacuuming floors, that naturally to me falls under physical touch. But for you, if your love language is more quality time, maybe vacuuming floors would be under there. Whatever your more common love languages are typically the love languages that have the most in them, if that makes sense. Has the most to-do tasks in them. So, anyways, this is super fascinating. You need to go through and pair what love languages match your lovely to-dos. All right, so once a week I do this. I have a cleaning home rhythm. So I mentioned how in my evening rhythm I have something home. This is what I am doing. When I am on my way home from work, I will ask the question, what is today's love language? What is my love language for the day? And because I don't have a cycle, because I don't have anything to track, that is what I track. I track what my love language is from day to day. And then when I get home from work, I will do whatever chores are in the love language column that I labeled when I was on my way home. So if I was driving home from work, I'm like, oh, what's today's love language? Oh, I think physical touch is today's because of how I acted with Kai. And when he hurt, I immediately jumped to help him and wanted to hug him. And I also am really wanting to have a hug when I get home. So I think physical touch. So then when I get home, well, I know that these are the to-dos I need to focus on. Not all of them. Definitely not all of them, because that would be a heck of a lot of to-dos in a day. But my something helpful, this is what I'm doing. I'm focusing on the to-dos that are in the column of the love language that I am feeling that day. Then what happens is during the week, usually on Friday or Saturday, I have a home rhythm. And my home rhythm is where I focus on 5 different to-dos, one for each love language. So I will do something from gifts, something from physical touch, something from quality time, something from acts of service, something from affirmations. 5 home cleaning to-dos once a week. And then throughout the week, I will focus on the columns of what my love language for the day is. And then I have printed this out and I've laminated it and I put it on our fridge. and I will cross out what I have or have not done um, with an expo marker. And then that will help me know, okay, that's what I've gotten done for this week. If I have crossed out not this week, but within 14, excuse me, within 14 days, then Nathan, if he asks me how he can help me in the home, then I can ask him to focus on the love languages that I want to receive. So if I'm wanting to give physical touch, maybe I want to receive acts of service. So I ask him to focus on this column. Or I ask him what his love languages are. And then when he tells me his love languages are quality time, then I ask him to focus on this column. Or he just knows to focus on the quality time column. It's all incredibly fascinating, and it is so cool to just see how easy it is to knock out cleaning to-dos in your home when they match the love language you are literally wanting to give or receive. So yes, every single day I will ask that question, what is today's love language? And then that question will help me know what to do I should task in my home. So you need to go through, you need to create your list, and you can either do your weekly home rhythm all in one day, like I do, or you can do one different love language on each day. So then you can do a different cleaning task for each of your love languages over the span of 5 days. And then you won't have to worry about it. So that is kind of like a fun little choose your own adventure. You can either have it all in one day, span it out throughout the week. But yes, I highly suggest doing this. I highly suggest doing this. If you're wanting a really awesome way to clean your home, this works for my brain. This works for my season, and this works for how my body is designed because I can't really track a cycle. So if you believe that this would work for you too, then you definitely should give it a shot because it really is super helpful. And having it on your fridge is great. Okay. But yes, this is you can also kind of do a hybrid method where you can go through each of your phase, like you can go through each phase of your cycle and you can pursue the chores that match your love language for that specific phase. So maybe during your ovulation week, you're feeling more physical touch. Then you focus on the cleaning to-dos that are more physical touch. Maybe during your menstrual phase, you are craving quality time, or maybe you're craving words of affirmation or acts of service. No, maybe you're craving to give physical touch. I don't know. Like for me, I don't really know because again, I've never really been able to track it. But to me, during my follicle phase, we'll do that one instead. I'm probably going to crave to give acts of service. So then I will pour into things for that love language that week. So anyways, again, just ask the question truthfully. If you want to do a hybrid method, you totally can. Or if you just want to do the cycle method where you pair cleaning to-dos with each phase of your month, you can do that too. Or if you want to do just the love language method where you ask the question, what love language is today? And then you focus on things from that column. All right. I hope that was helpful. We're going to dive in back over to this course because I'm going to show you all a very handy dandy resource that is in the Lovely Home Planner, and that is your friendly cleaning reminders. Your friendly cleaning reminders are things that we often forget to do in our home. They are super easy to forget, and usually they need to be done yearly or quarterly as needed, or sometimes monthly. So this is a very helpful list of friendly suggestions for you to remember that need to get done within your home. But please give yourself grace and know that all of these check boxes here are not going to be fully filled out. Because look, some of these are only 2 times a year. If you are only doing this 2 times a year, only 2 of those boxes are going to be done. So you can, something I like to do in order to help me track when I do it, the little boxes are so small that writing the date is kind of hard. So I will treat the circles as the date because there's 12 of them. So then if I clean my oven in January and I know I need to do it 4 times a year, then I can know I need to do it again in April and then again in May, June, July, August, and then again in September, October, November. Yeah, something like that. So that's kind of how I treat it. And then I'll mark those off, like splitting it up amongst the calendar. But yes, these are just friendly suggestions. And then there's also a beautiful add your own list. And the add your own is whenever you can incorporate the monthly to-dos that are specific to your home. Like maybe you have a microwave, so you want to write down, clean out the microwave. Maybe you have a fireplace, so you need to write down, clean out the fireplace. Maybe you have pets, and so you want to remind yourself to clean the pet food and water bowl. Whatever is specific to your home, you can add here. I also have done, before I did the love language method, I did this, I wrote on the add your own page. Let me pull this up. I wrote in like things that I needed to get done, and I would write like one time a week or 12 times a year so that it would at least get done like once a month. Um, I I did that. I did not keep it very well, truthfully, but since switching over to the love languages method instead, that has been super, super helpful because it literally matches my energy levels and it matches how I want to give and receive love. So yeah, to me, it's great. To me, right? Like, I feel like it's great, but I mean, everyone's different. So maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't. I would love to chat. I'd love to chat with you about that. So, you can email me, you can DM us, or you can book a Lovely Rhythms call. All right. So next up, you have module 4, which is a very exciting module where we dive into how you can continue using the planner on a weekly basis. It's going to be a great module, and I'm so excited for you. You're moving on. It's the last module. That means you're almost done with this course. So proud of you. So proud of you. So yes, what are you doing? You can use, look, on the back side of the add your own cleaning to-dos page, there's another notes page. So on this page is where you can add your love language cleaning to-dos if you want to do that, or you can write out your 4 phases and then put your cleaning to-dos for each of those phases. So you can put that, you can build that right into your planner so that it's right there. And hopefully that's a helpful resource for you. And then, so I didn't mention this in module 4, but if you are wanting to do the cycle method, you can pair a color to each phase of your cycle. So then when you are weekly planning, you can use a marker or a pencil or something to make a strip so that you can know, oh, this is my week of my phase of my follicle phase. So I know I can handle more mentally difficult tasks, if that's helpful. Yes. Oh, your place of peace before I forget. You need to have in your home a place where you can retire to kind of physically reset your brain, take a deep breath, and pour into the person that God designed you to be. Your place of peace is for you to pursue the identity that God gave you. We oftentimes get so lost in our identity of being a wife, being a bride, being a mom. It's so easy to get lost in that title, which is such a gift and a blessing to be called those things. But whenever, before we were a bride, we were a child of God. Before we were a mother, we were a child of God. Who is that child of God? Who did God create you to be? And what do you love that makes you who you are? Before you were a wife, your husband dated you for who you were and who you are. So who is that? What are things you enjoy doing? And have a place of peace in your home that you can retire to pursue those things that make you feel like the beautiful person you are. I love to crochet in my place of peace. I love to read there. I love to play piano there because my place of peace is literally my piano. But before it was a window seat, and before that, it was a place on my couch. So I want you to go through and think about an area in your home that you are naturally drawn to whenever you are wanting escape from maybe stress or overwhelm or any feelings that you may be dealing with. If you're needing a place to pause and feel peace, what is that place naturally in your home? I know someone it's their bed. I know someone that it's a very specific chair. I know someone it's the corner of their room. Like they would go and just sit in this corner. And I just find I think it's very important for you to be able to remember to pursue the identity of who God designed you to be before you were blessed with your titles. Um, and so make your lovely bank. You should already have it because of what we've talked about in modules past. But pursue the things in your lovely bank that make you feel like the beautiful person you are and do those in your place of peace. Every person in your home should have a place of peace. Every person should have a space in their room or in the house that they feel safe retiring to reset their brain and be able to pour into who God made them to be. So, yes, this is not just for you, this is for everyone in your household, and it is only yours. So, this is not something you should be doing hard to do's in. It's not where you should be creating your homeschool plans if you're homeschooling. It's not somewhere you should be disciplining your kids. Your kids should not, like, they can be in your place of peace, but they also should know that when you are there, you are intentionally spending time for yourself and pouring into your temple and building up your temple and pouring into the person that God designed and created. So, anyways, that's what a place of peace is. And I highly suggest you looking around and creating that. Drop in the comments below what your place of peace is. All right. Thank you again so much for watching this module. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see y'all in module 4. All right, and now y'all are awkwardly going to stare at me as I figure out how to finish recording. Oh, here it is. Okay, bye.